Hey, we're going to be talking about interior angles of a triangle. So I'm going to write that. I'm going to try to write better because, well, my handwriting has not been perfect. So interior angles of a triangle, of triangles. I am not going to stress enough that all of these notes need to be taken down. They need to be written down in your journal, in your paper journal, taken a picture of, and put in your journal. If you're with Miss Weaver's, you're keeping a paper journal, I believe. But Miss Reyes's class, write it all down in paper, put it in your journal. You need to keep that paper notebook together as well, because when we're doing practices, you're going to reference back to it. So let's just start off by talking about a triangle. And the sum of all the angles, angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, all of them added together is going to equal 180 degrees. That's the basic rule of this unit. Angles inside the triangle equal 180. So let us say that we have those parallel lines from the last lesson, and we have a transversal kind of like that, and then we're going to have another transversal this way that forms a triangle, right? And we're going to call this one D. We're going to call this one E. My lines are shaky today. And we're going to call this one C, those angles. We're going to call this angle angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3. So let us think, right? Let's talk about angle 1. So we're going to talk about this one right here. Angle 1. Angle 1 and angle D, they are called alternate interior, right? They're on the inside, and they're alternate of the transversal, which this is a transversal right here. And I know it's very sloppy, but imagine it going on this way and on this way, right? That's what we've been learning. But these are alternate, so angle 1 and angle D are alternate interior angles, which means they are congruent. And congruent means equal, right? So if D is 62, angle 1 is also going to be 62, because angles D and angle 1 are alternate interior angles and they are congruent. All right, let's talk about angle E. So angle E, which is right here, and angle 3 are also alternate interior angles. So angle 3 and angle E are alternate interior angles, which means they're congruent and they're equal. So if angle E is 35, angle 3 is also going to be 35. Okay? So then all that's left is angle 2. In angle 2, we can find, this sits out by itself kind of because it's part of this. So we know that all of the angles inside this triangle, so right here, this triangle, let me highlight it just so you can see the triangle. All the angles inside of this triangle right here is going to equal 180. So we have 62 and we have 35. And then we have angle 2, and they all equal 180 degrees. And instead of angle 2, I'm going to write x just as a placeholder so we don't get confused with the number 2. All right, so 62 plus 35 is 97. So I have 97 plus x equals 180. Now I'm going to work backwards. I'm going to subtract 97 from both sides. And 180 minus 97 equals 83. So x equals 83, which then in turn angle 2 equals 83. So now I know, and I could check my work. I could see if 62 plus 35 plus 83, because those are the angles inside. Those are 62, whoopsies, don't want to do that. That is 62, 83, and 35. All the angles inside the triangle, which equal 180 degrees. So let's look at some examples here. Alright, so I'm going to clear this page and I'm going to give you some examples of angles, of triangles. Okay, so we have a right triangle. And usually this little box thing means a right angle. And last warm-up, we kind of realized that a right angle equals 90 degrees. So we have one angle, it's 90 degrees. So this is A, B, and C. We know that B is equal to 90. All right, so let's say A is 5x plus 5, and C is 3x plus 5. Okay, so let's think. I know that A plus B plus C equals 180 degrees. The angles in the triangle, so angle A, angle B, and angle C equal 180. Well, I know what one of them is, so I'm going to write this out in an equation. So I'm going to have A. I'm going to start off with A. I got 5x plus 5. And then I have angle B, which is 90. And then I have angle C, which is 3x plus 5 equals 180. I could kind of simplify this. I can combine like terms. So I'm going to combine all of my x's together, which 5x plus 3x is 8x. And then I'm going to combine my numbers, which 90 plus 2 5s, which is 10, is 100, which equals 180. Right, then I'm going to work backwards, subtract 100, that's gone, subtract 100, that leaves 80, and I'm going to divide by 8, I get x equals, I believe, 10. Alright, so I know the value of x, which is great. Now I need to go back and plug it in to my equation so I can find out the angle measurements. So let's go with A. A is 5x plus 5, and I'm going to substitute 10 in for x. So I got 5 times 10 plus 5. So 5 times 10 is 50, plus 5 is 55, which equals angle A. All right, now let's do C. C is 3x plus 5. I'm going to substitute my 10 again. So I get 3 times 10 plus 5. 3 times 10 is 30, plus 5 is 35. So I can list them all out. A equals 55. B equals, we already knew that it equaled 90. And then angle C equaled 35. All of those added together will get you 180 degrees, which takes us back to all angles in a triangle will equal 180 degrees.